and be honest with myself. 7 a.m. Just had a client at 6 a.m. And I don't want to train legs right now. This is my last training day of this phase. And this week I hit legs. I'm going to hit legs twice. This is actually the second leg workout this week. I'm supposed to do 7 sets of 4 for back squat. Been going really well, but obviously weight's gotten heavier. So yeah, just having one of those mornings where I'm like, this warm-up's gonna tell you everything. Tell me everything. Sometimes you just gotta do it. I know it's hard. Yeah, so first lift, back squat. That's gonna be our A lift, A series. There's some natural lighting coming in. I'm getting blinded by the sun, but it's all good. I'm pretty pumped about it. Weighed in at a new height this morning at 189 pounds. I've been doing a bulk now probably since maybe October, I want to say. I can't recall exactly. I could check. And my goal is 190 pounds. I never got to 190 pounds. And how I've been feeling, fantastic. Just feeling great. Lift's been feeling really good. I feel like I didn't put on a crazy amount of fat. Definitely got fluffier, but I know I put on a lot more muscle just because strength and everything else just feel good, and I just feel like I put more size on. I'm feeling bigger, feeling fuller, and my abs still show. Nothing crazy, but I'm very happy with that. And just remember, like, you gotta have these goals. Whatever these goals are, they gotta really mean something to you. You can't just say it just to say it. You gotta say it and mean it and then go after it. A lot of people, especially in my line of work, I always ask my clients, what are your goals? And then I make sure that we stand firm with those, and I repeatedly ask them, your goal's this. That's exactly what you told me. Is this true? Is this still what you want? So you gotta live up to that. My goal is I wanna get 190 pounds. I know that putting a little bit fluff on is okay, because I can't be lean at 190 pounds unless I was probably using some type of anabolics, and I don't want to do that. Naturally, I want to get as far as I can, and I believe there's so much more potential. A lot of people, a lot of young bloods don't understand that. Like, you could get pretty damn far naturally, especially when your training is programmed in a way where the stimulus is constantly changing. We're undulating between phases, which is allowing you to get stronger and not get bored and not create any like redundancy, meaning like we're hitting 12 reps all the time. Like, that gets just not boring, but like your body gets adapted to that type of energy system. You got to tap into different things. You might be lacking strength, and that could be like the key component to allow you to get bigger, and of course, you getting stronger is going to allow you to lift more for hypertrophy, and that's going to allow you to grow. So in my mindset, I like to say, all right, I want to get stronger in this lift. I know I'm weak in this, and I know like my max amount of weight I could do this for 10, 12 reps is this, and I just feel like I can't get past that. So I know in my head, if I get a little bit stronger in this lift, I bet you I'll be able to get stronger in this lift when I want to do it for hypertrophy work. So it all comes down to a systematic approach about it and doing something like that, especially when you're natural. You got to find different ways to really shock the body. And that's what I'm doing right now. And that's what I love to do with all my clients, is put them a program that's undulating based, meaning we follow a program for 3 weeks and then we change it up. Reps and everything. Like, it's fun. So if you're really serious about your training, make sure you comment below. You could comment below periodization. So if you're serious about your training, what we're about to do is we're going to go into stretching. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to show you exactly how I like to stretch before I hammer legs. I take some time with it, and from there we're just going to go into that squat, and I'll probably just film the squat the entire time and just show you what I'm working on. And there'll be times where I'll talk and tell you what I need to really work on, and you'll see it. And there's music going on out there, so unfortunately I'm not going to be using the microphone because YouTube will say I'm copywriting and using somebody's song. Anyway, I'll talk. I'll bring the camera outside of where the music's playing, and I'll tell you something what I'm working on, and you can kind of look for it. And yeah, we could go through this together. It's gonna be fun. I just wanted to, honestly, I was gonna film a short for the YouTube, but I was like, what the heck? Let's just film a longer format video, something that's maybe 12, 15 minutes long, maybe less, I don't know. This is what I do every time before I train legs. Nice warm up, and this warm up typically ends up being maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling. I always start with soft tissue first, and then I stretch. So I went to school for massage therapy. Before we wanted to do any type of stretching, passive stretching, meaning this is where I take the client and I move their leg around and try to stretch it. First, we kind of massage that area first. So when an area is warmer, it's easier to work with, it's easier to increase ranges. So all this stuff makes sense. So foam roll always. I always start from my calves going up to my I don't roll my hamstrings, I roll my glutes, my quads. Quads should hurt. Now if quads hurt a lot when you roll them all the time, or maybe you don't spend a lot of time on them, but when they do hurt, quads are tight, and that's usually what it means. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna get used to it, and the more you're gonna it's your body adapting to it too. So you want to make sure if it does hurt a lot, chances are they're tight and you want to stretch them. So there's a stretch in here that I'm just going to be doing. It's called the couch stretch, and I'll have it labeled on there too when we get there, so you know exactly which one to do. You want to make sure when you do the couch stretch that you're really squeezing your butt, keeping the rib cage down, and you'll feel that stretch. So first thing is, again, I'm stretching my calves. This one's called elephant walk. So I'm trying to do 25 reps going back and forth, and every time, each rep, I'm increasing that stretch. The goal is to keep the heels flat during the elephant walk for the calves, and now we're doing elephant walk for the hamstring. Same thing, trying to alternate, push one leg back, lift the other leg up on my toes, just trying to really feel the stretch in the hamstring. Again, just doing an active type of stretching, not something static. Static's going to be long duration stretches, so you could do those after, maybe a couple hours after your workout, or on your off days. That other one that you just saw was a pigeon stretch, great for your adductors, so having a hard time getting deep or opening your legs up, that's definitely going to help you a lot. So this is the one I'm talking about. This is the couch stretch. Couch stretch is fantastic. And you just want to make sure that you're getting that knee closer to the wall as much as possible, or the couch, while staying in an upright position. This one right here is fantastic. Banded hip stretch. Of course, my camera had it a focus on something else. I don't know what happened there. Now this next one, this is for those of you that when you sit in a 90-90 stretch like this, you have a pinch feeling. It's just a hip impingement, and this banded stretch is allowing us to get deeper in the internal rotation of the hip, just trying to create more space from that ball socket to the acetabellum. So that's where the femur bone sits in the hip. So we're just trying to create more space with that band. So I was kind of pissed off here. Was doing a body weight squat. I always warm up with the bar just to see how things feel, and man, I just wasn't feeling really good with going barefoot, and it's something that I want to get better at too. I was having a hard time activating my 3-point contact tripod foot. We talked about it in the last video, and super important. I just felt like my feet just didn't feel comfortable on the ground. And I don't know, I just was getting in my head, and I had 7 sets of 4. I think I'm warming up right now, getting to my starting weight, and just wasn't feeling the best. So eventually I do put my shoes on. But when we do warm up, like when you warm up for your squat, this is your first lift of the day for your workout. Excuse me. Don't do 10 reps. You should do 10 reps with the bar. Feel everything out. You don't want to waste unnecessary energy on weight. That's not going to do you any good. So my reps that I follow when I warm up is I do 5 reps, 3 reps, maybe 2, and then 1. as I'm going down in reps, I'm getting closer to my working set. I'm trying to find that good weight for my first set. You got to make that educated guess. If you know your 1 rep max, there's certain percentages we can follow, but that's for another video. Or if you do know your 1 rep max, tell me how many reps you're trying to hit your squat for. I could help you out with that. It's super easy if we know that. But now look at, here's my second set. Put the Vans on. Vans are my favorite shoe to squat in all day. I just felt a lot better. Look how different my squat is here just a little bit. Look how, like, I'm able to get deeper. Like, I was still getting deep barefoot, but I just didn't feel comfortable. You could tell I'm a lot more comfortable here. Really trying to spread the floor, trying to maintain that 3-point contact and not trying to lose my stability from my foot. And that's something that's a big deal when it comes to squatting, is the minute you lose stability in your feet, it's going to interfere with the entire movement. So these are things that you have to think about when you're squatting. Is one, if you're falling forward a lot, it's ankle mobility. Just got to elevate your heels a little bit. So then you're not going to be so worried about falling forward, especially when you have a load on your back, and that's when issues happen. I don't want that. So elevate your heels a little bit. It's only temporary until we get your ankle mobility better. And then hips too. Hips will allow you, lack of hip mobility is going to allow you not to get deep in a squat, and that's something that we got to work on too. And it's okay. Like, there's always a starting point. It took me 6 years to get where I'm at with my squat, and here's a video of me squatting before I started learning all this stuff about not just squat mechanics, but just trying to be a better coach and understand the body to a T. You see the big difference. Like, look at the squat here at what's this, 230, 235, and then look at my squat here I had 315 on, and I'm squatting like a jamoke. Honestly, I'm embarrassed, but you have to see this. I want you to see where I came from. That, baby, it's all gas here. All gas from here. Doing things correctly, and my legs. Like, look at the video. Golly, like, this is the best my legs have ever felt. Like, they're defined. They feel good. I feel like, for my size and everything, that I got some size on my legs, and I'm really freaking happy about that. Part of my French. But it comes down to doing things correctly, not half-assing movements. Like, if I am able to squat ass to grass, then I'm going to do that with every set, no matter how much load I have in the bar. I want to try to keep each set the same. Just like if I had the bar on my back, I want it to be the same. You should not change the way you squat just because the load changes. Keep it the same and watch the development change in your lower half. Like this, look at my legs. Like I'm very happy about where they're at right now, and just a lot of hard ass work too. Like, you got to ask yourself too, like, how bad do you really want this right now? Like, because you can make it happen. We can make it happen. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm so excited, just building my channel on here and trying to help as many as you as I can to get some good set of wheels on them, and not be afraid to show them wheels off at the beach or when you go to parties or whatever it is. Like, you can wear some short shorts, because you can't be wearing short shorts if you don't got nice legs. That's all I got to say. So make sure, dude, if you do like the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a like. That's pretty much the same thing, right? Subscribe too. It helped me out a lot as a smaller YouTuber, just because, man, I love this stuff. It's so fun, just editing, putting good stuff out there, and I'm just very grateful. But look, yeah, check out this last set, just the way I'm moving right now. Very happy with just how I'm moving. And I'm telling you, weight gets heavy. You're not going to be able to lift the same when you start getting deeper and starting slowing things down. But man, the results are amazing. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video.